The market was falling. People were frozen with fear. Life savings were disappearing overnight. And in the middle of that chaos, a 16-year-old boy was quietly making millions of dollars. This is not a legend. This is not exaggeration. This is the true story of Jesse Livermore, the man Wall Street would later fear, study, and never fully understand. What kind of child doesn't panic when adults are terrified? What kind of mind sees opportunity where others only see collapse? To understand that, we must go back to a place far from Wall Street. 1897, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. No stock tickers, no ambition-filled streets, just farmland and routine. Jesse Livermore was born into a simple family. His father believed in hard work and predictability. He wanted his son to become a farmer, but Jesse was different. While other children played, he sat silently with numbers. Not toys, not games. Numbers. He calculated faster than his teachers. He remembered figures effortlessly. To his father, this obsession had no future. To Jesse, it felt like destiny. By the age of 14, he made a decision that shocked his family. He left home. No money, no protection, no second chance, only instinct. Jesse arrived in Boston alone. There he found work in a place most people never talk about, bucket shops. They weren't real stock exchanges. They were betting rooms, loud, chaotic, unforgiving. Jesse's job was simple. Write stock prices on a chalkboard, update numbers every few minutes, watch prices rise and fall. But Jesse didn't just write numbers. He studied behavior, hour after hour, day after day. He noticed something critical. Prices didn't move randomly. They moved because people panicked. They moved because people got greedy, and fear always followed patterns. At 15, Jesse placed his first small trade, then another. He didn't rush. He waited. And something strange happened. He kept winning. Not occasionally, not by luck, consistently. The bucket shops began losing money. A teenager was outthinking adults, professional speculators, men who had done this for years. One by one, the shops banned him. By 16, Jesse Livermore was considered too dangerous to allow inside, not because he cheated, because he understood fear better than anyone else in the room. Boston was no longer enough. Jesse had learned the rules of the small game. Now he wanted the real one. New York City, Wall Street, a place where fortunes were built and erased without warning. Before he ever placed a single trade there, Jesse already understood one truth. Markets don't reward intelligence. They reward emotional control. He was still a teenager, but the foundations were set. Boston was training. New York was war. When Jesse Livermore arrived in New York City, he quickly understood one thing. This was not a place for talent alone. This was a place for discipline, emotional control, and survival. Wall Street did not reward intelligence. It punished impatience. And Jesse would learn that the hard way. At first, Jesse did what he knew best. Waited, followed trends, avoided noise, and it worked. He made a fortune. But confidence is dangerous. Jesse began trading too often. He stopped waiting for perfect setups. He listened to tips. That's when Wall Street struck back. In a matter of days, he lost almost everything. Not because the market changed, but because he did. This was Jesse's first painful lesson. The market punishes ego faster than ignorance. Broken, frustrated, and embarrassed, Jesse stepped away. He reviewed every mistake. And from that failure came a rule that traders still quote today. It was never my thinking that made the big money. It was my sitting, patience, waiting for the market to reveal itself. From that moment on, Jesse changed. Fewer trades, bigger conviction, strict discipline. He no longer chased movement. He waited for certainty. Jesse began studying something deeper than charts: human behavior. He noticed Crowds buy late. Crowds panic early. Crowds repeat mistakes. Markets didn't move because of news. News followed markets. Fear spread faster than logic. Greed erased memory. Jesse wasn't trading stocks anymore. He was trading people. And this understanding made him powerful. Over the next few years, Jesse made millions, lost millions, and made them back again. Wall Street couldn't define him. Some called him a genius. Others called him reckless. The truth? He was human. Even with discipline, one mistake could erase years of success. But each failure refined him. Each loss sharpened his patience. He was becoming something rare on Wall Street, a trader who respected risk. By the late 1920s, America was euphoric. Stocks only went up. Everyone was investing. Taxi drivers gave stock tips. Shoeshine boys talked about markets. But Jesse felt uneasy. The optimism felt forced. Prices felt disconnected from reality. And history was quietly preparing its next lesson. Jesse Livermore was no longer a reckless prodigy. He was patient, focused, ready. And soon, the market would collapse. Late October 1929. The optimism was gone. Prices began slipping, then falling, then collapsing. Panic moved faster than information. Crowds gathered outside brokerage offices. Ticker tape lagged behind reality. Orders flooded in, mostly sell orders. This wasn't a correction. It was history breaking in real time. And while the world watched in disbelief, Jesse Livermore was already prepared. Jesse did the opposite of almost everyone else. He didn't buy the dip. He didn't hope for a rebound. He shorted the market, carefully, patiently, at scale. As prices collapsed, his positions grew stronger. Each wave of panic confirmed what he already believed. The market had been built on emotion, not value. By the time the dust settled, Jesse Livermore had made over $100 million. In today's terms, that would be billions. Wall Street had never seen anything like it. They gave him a name that would last forever. The man who broke the market. Success brought attention. Newspapers followed his moves. Traders copied him. Institutions watched him closely. But with fame came pressure. Jesse was no longer trading freely. He was being watched, judged, imitated. And markets don't like being predictable. The more famous he became, the harder it was to repeat the same success. Over the years that followed, Jesse made money again and lost it again. Markets changed, rules changed, and so did he. Personal struggles mounted, relationships fractured. The weight of expectation never lifted. He once wrote, "The game taught me the game, and it also took everything from me." The man who understood fear better than anyone was now living inside it. In 1940, Jesse Livermore took his own life. In his pocket was a handwritten note. It read, "My life has been a failure," a sentence that still haunts Wall Street, because by every external measure, wealth, influence, historical impact, he was anything but. What his story really teaches us. Jesse Livermore proved something undeniable. Markets can be understood. Fear can be anticipated. Crowds can be wrong. But he also taught a harder lesson. Winning in the market does not guarantee peace in life. Risk management isn't just about capital. It's about control, balance, and limits. Jesse Livermore beat the market, but the market was never the real enemy. If this story made you think differently about markets, intelligence, or discipline, take a moment to like the video. It helps this story reach others who value depth over noise. If you enjoy long-form documentary-style stories about finance, history, and ideas that quietly changed the world,